Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. I can hear you very well. Yes. How should I call you? Nerina?
Nerina. Perfect.
Hi. My
And
name is
how is your name?
Anis. Simple.
Anis.
Really simple. I've asked a few of my colleagues also to join me. Oh, yeah, there is one already who's joined. Bahana. I think he must be coming. I hope you don't mind,
Oh,
these are
it's
my
great.
these are my colleagues from the Kakuma Refugee Camp, and I thought I know you have specifically hired Zach, and I've asked Zach also to join this call. Um, but I thought I'll call a few of the refugee graduates so that they can listen to our conversation, and every conversation is a great learning for all of us. So I never missed an opportunity to invite my colleagues in all of these conversations, whether they are good or bad.
So it's good. And Anis, where are you and what do you do actually?
I'm based out of London, and I've been living in London for the last 16 years. I'm originally from India. I have worked in the US for 5 years, and then I moved to London. So it's been like almost 23 years of working career in the field of technology. So I'm a regional vice president for a large technology company. Uh, we do around $14 billion in revenue. I manage Europe as a region for this company, and that is my day job. So uh, that job gives me the opportunity to go to the World Economic Forum and make speeches. And it is in one of those such opportunity I met, the refugee who spoke about the Kakuma Refugee Camp,
Yes.
and I really got, cheesed off, because I felt like he was actually talking to me, because he simply said, look, my mother came to this camp 40 years ago, and I have been born in this camp 23 years ago. And for the first time in my entire life, I came out of the camp for 3 days to in Davos. And after 3 days, I'm back, and all of you will very comfortably forget me and go back to your own, places.
Yes.
So it's really funny, the way he said it. And so I thought, and what was he asking, right? He was simply asking for two simple things, give me access to a marketing skill, something that I can market myself. It's the same grandmother story, right? Teach me how to fish, and I will, eat for the rest of my life. Don't feed me fish. I don't want your fish. Right? He said exactly the same thing. Don't keep sending money to the refugee camp, right? Instead, allow me to make my own money. I thought that was a very, very powerful thing, and I was like really shocked. I never understood, that refugee camps existed for 20 years, 30 years. I thought, there's a problem. People, had issues, and maybe a couple of years, and then once it settled, people went back to their country. So it was a bit of a huge learning for me as well. Um, yeah, I think that's my. I still work for this company. I'm contemplating every day whether I should quit my company and join this full time. but my wife, keeps me in check. She says, what about feeding?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
so this is entirely, something that I do out of, as a thing that I want to do. Just it's been going on for 2.5 years, and I'm quite okay with how it's, shaped up so far. Um, so that's the story, from my side. I can tell you more, but this is my short story. But I think, you have a very interesting website. I spent like a couple of hours on it,
oh,
and
nice.
it's really intriguing. I'm not able to understand, or I'm not able to. I'm usually very good in quickly understanding what people are up to, but I really struggle to understand. But it's inspiring, but it's very hard for me because I'm a very black and white person. I never understood fine arts in my life. So you seem to be a finesse. You seem to be an artist, and I'm really was looking forward to this meeting to learn about what you do and how you do, and etc. etc.
That is, I am. The my problem is perhaps the other problem around that you have, because I keep doing things that I like doing, and earning very, very little money, but keeping doing this because and my husband keeps telling me, what are you doing actually? But I have a little bit of a personal story. I have lost my daughter 10 years ago, and after this I was okay. I was at home with her for a couple of years, and when I started working again, before I was chief producer, for example, by Daimler, Mercedes. And when I started again, we had moved to Sweden, and I really wanted to make something that is meaningful, or what I thought that it would be meaningful. And I really believe in the power of narratives. To make a long story short, in the power of narratives to change the world. And what we are trying to do in this platform is to bring people from different, if you want, moments in lives. As we have a lot of if you want platforms about Africa, we have a lot of platform about Europe, about South Africa, South America, whatever. But there are not that many places where you bring people from different perspectives really into a place. And this is a little bit our invitation to people, because we have, for example, a podcast about inequalities. Then we have a podcast about sustainability, but the podcast about sustainability is made by a woman who worked for corporate. So this is another way of sustainability, because of course, and then we have a podcast launching a post about the global innovation from the global south. And we try, what we are trying to do is bring in different perspectives, and the end, of course, to show people what are the, I usually say, because it's a little bit complex, but to make it easy, say that if you might find the words, we might find the way. So if we do not imagine a better world, then we are not going to make it, And I am in the business on creating these worlds, and I hope to meet people who allow us, to dare to dreams, but I'm not only a dreamer, I'm really a doer. Also, I don't only want to, because I'm a little bit fed up, sorry, to a lot of these people who speak about mindfulness, changing the world, and so. And I normally say, stop speaking about mindfulness in Europe as long as there are people who do not have water, who do not have sanitary. We have to stop it, because it is, like, if I do not have a toilet, I don't want you to tell me about your mindfulness. I don't know your purpose in life. I want you to give me my toilet. Sorry to make a little, but it is what a little bit. Do you think that is funny, or?
No, no. This is very similar. This. Did you hear this refugees speech in the World Economic Forum? The small speech.
Yes.
He said something like this. So I was giving speeches in the World Economic Forum about ethics in AI, especially bias, how to avoid bias when you're creating artificial intelligence. And this guy said, stop talking about bias for AI, talk about, bias for humans, before you solve AI, you should solve for humans. And that really hit me hard, I felt like I was the guy who was giving, the, thing, and and he just, shot me, with this thing. So that's why I laughed when you said people were
No,
like,
but yeah, but I think that we are probably at the same page, but it is, because you know better than me if you are in corporate, how much now, right now, this discussion about new consciousness or whatever from I have also a really nice life, as I'm not saying that I do not belong to this kind of category, but I'm really a bit fed up, because we really need to change the discussion. There are, as I said, still people who do not have clean water, and then we need to stop to speak a little like here. If we do not solve this, I think it's not fair, if I would be the guy without a toilet, I would really be, like, sorry, the conversation about Harry and Meghan, all the world watching this, and this woman who tells the world, I wanted to kill myself. Yeah, you wanted to kill yourself. Do you know what kind of problems other people have outside there? You wanted to kill yourself because they comment on your. I don't say that racism or this kind of stuff, but it is nothing. There are other kind of lives out there. They do not kill themselves, and I would like to have people telling these stories, and this is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, no, Nerina, I think, I so much relate with you. See, the problem is also, I think of myself as a very good person, right? But it has taken me like 40 years and World Economic Forum and one refugee to open my eyes. Because I'm not really a charitable person. I do charity, with my money. I never do charity with my time, right? I have been a selfish person for the whole of my life, working for big companies, trying to earn money. Um, but, I think, like you say, everybody, needs to get there. My conversation was from this guy. I'm sure, Harry and Meghan will get their, thing from somebody, we need to keep trying, so I don't want to, like you said, right? I didn't want to talk about the problem of the toilet. I want to see, can I borrow something from, the world that I know and operate? Can I just take that something down to these people and then arm them with, the power of what I have learned myself, right? And make them deliver as good as, what I or my team could have done, right? And that's what I have done, using my little project, but it's amazing, So I'm not a typical marketing person. In fact, my own company does not know that I'm doing all these things. I never told them about all these things, right? I should be very proud, and I should be very open, and I should tell everybody that I'm doing this. But I try to keep it, very quiet, just focus on getting things done, right? But definitely it looks like I might benefit more from you than you might benefit more from me, actually, or from my team, because I really think, I've never been a producer. We create like hundreds of videos these days, okay, me and my team, but honestly, I've never trained in creating any videos, so all our videos look really, okay, they're good for the clients, but they're really okay compared to, what's out of the possible. So yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to, learning from you rather than teaching you, or, giving you something, back to you.
But sorry, I'm really happy that you say this, because when I saw this, I came across your project because I collaborate with I try always to network, to collaborate with people, and there is a woman. She's a professor in Germany, and
Elizabeth.
Exactly, and she posted it on Instagram, and this is how I already a couple of weeks ago. But then I was pretty busy, and I was thinking that I really need to get in touch with you, because I have my social media that, as on one hand, I really tell you, on one hand, I would like to work to start work with one of your people, but perhaps then I hope that we can collaborate more on this. Also, my dream would be that we collaborate on a larger scale, that we can, because I want to produce, and what I also was thinking, but you are going to say you are coming here, and but I really would. My idea was also to ask you if you would like to produce as well. I'm not speaking about money. I do not speak about money. Produce a podcast from somebody, produce as on our platform, together with the other podcasts that we produce, perhaps a podcast where we ask the people there how the words look like. So this is a little bit of the idea. And what for the specific task, if you want, my idea was, of course, to get in contact with him, or with the person that you think. So I choose him because it sounds like a nice biography. But what I would like him or her to do is to work on our, for example, Twitter account, and mostly Twitter account and LinkedIn account, because I know how to do it, but and social media, perhaps better than me, that you have to be consistent, and I'm not consistent because I always I do other stuff, and I was thinking it could be a good collaboration, the start of a good collaboration.
No, absolutely. So I think that's exactly what I was also thinking. First, we should just work for you, so that you understand what we do. So there is a nice way we work on that, and I can tell you about it. We have a platform called Hootsuite, and we onboard you onto this platform, and then you can post, schedule, etc., etc. So Zach will be able to do all of that for you.
Great.
Very well. That's like a foundation. Let's get started with a simple foundation, so that you can also see how we are working. But more we can always think about how we can collaborate, because I'm really I'm not able to, even after you telling me all these things, the breadth and width of what you are trying to achieve is so big. It's really hard for me to comprehend and even have a conversation on that. But I'm very, very interested in collaborating with you in terms of producing podcasts, in terms of see, one of the things that we are becoming an expert on is producing videos, even from Kakuma Refugee Camp, right? Because people think they get really wound up when I say, oh, we'll create videos for you. How will you create videos? The same thing, right? If there is a problem with electricity, right, and then all the scarcity problems in a camp, how are you going to create video for me? I live in the United States, and now you're telling me that you would create my product video, and then and then we show them the videos that we have created, and then they get really a shock. Wow, how did you do these things? And that's because anything is possible, right? You learn, and then you go through the same steps. You keep creating again and again, and then you become a master. But we actually revolve around a very small pot, a pot that I created, and I myself am handicapped. I don't know anything about any of these things.
But really, as I told you, I really like collaborations, and the collaboration with purpose, real purpose. So, I'm joking, and I am a creative producer. So if you want that we try to push this video, this is what I do. Also, what I was chief producer, I said, and this is I like to be also a mentor. Also, not a mentor, but I like to grow the team, also to work with them together, so that they get. And we can really, beside today, we can really, if you want, schedule a meeting where we can deepen this this topic and see. And I have, you know, I've been working with a woman because I always have long-term relationship with my editors, and I have all my editors or translators. They are all over the world, also and I collaborated with a woman from Venezuela last year or 1.5 years ago, and it was really complicated because she was she took care. I'm thinking, what did she do for me? She prepared the description of our videos. But in Venezuela, they had a lot of issues with electricity. This means that sometimes we wanted to have a conversation, but she couldn't join. And as you say, this is of course, how do you handle this? But nevertheless, I think really that there is a lot of knowledge that needs to be shared also about this. And I when I read about this project, I really agree with you that with the big potential to develop also, not only, as you said, give me money, but create a business there where the people can, because you know, this is also, I'm also right now I'm in Rome, but actually I'm based in Sweden, and you know, Sweden, they are really good in developing everything online, and this is amazing because so most of the countries in Europe, they are suffering because of COVID, and of course Sweden is suffering with. I'm not saying that, but there are a lot of. So if you look at the website about content creation, and they are growing. There are a lot of startups in this field, and if you can do it in Sweden, where you have to pay the people, you know, like, why wouldn't you be able to do it where you have another kind of setting? So you have only to know how to do it and to do it. Actually.
Yeah, and look, honestly, you know, we have been around for 2 years now. I think the single biggest success that we have is our persistence. You know, every day we work for a client for an hour or so, right? So what happens is, you know, it just keeps happening, you know, every day, and that's a good habit. So you become better and better and better if you keep working on the, you know, the similar type of things. So you know, definitely you will see that. And then one thing that we do is every Saturday we have a 2-hour hackathon, you know, like a study session, you know. So, and that's been happening for a long time, and we record all our study sessions and put it on YouTube, so that you know, the people who missed it can, you know, go back to the YouTube and, you know, watch it. Or, you know, we are growing, you know, we are now only 50 people, and we plan to grow to 500 refugee graduates by the end of this year. So how are we going to teach those 500 people, right? You know, so all these YouTube videos that we are creating, it's very raw, and it's very pretty bad actually, because, you know, it is like this, you know, you and me sitting and talking. It's not very structured. It doesn't have, you know, lots of slides. It's just simple conversational learning that is going back and forth between me and the graduates.
Okay.
But it has helped them, definitely. They are all, you know, quite good now, and I'm really proud. You know, some of them are becoming leaders in their own right. They have their own teams. You know, so they also do what I'm doing right now. They pitch to people like you. You know, we are preparing how to do that. We are even thinking of, you know, creating a pitch video. You know, one of the biggest problem from StepUp.1 growing is me actually, because I'm required for doing these meetings, or I'm required to, you know, and I have a day job. It's really hard. So so we are thinking about how can we replicate, you know, the pitch that I am giving. I've really not given a pitch to you because I didn't think, you know, it was really needed. I felt, you know, But typically, I just tell the story of Step Up, the services that we offer, the prescriptive nature of how we deliver those services. Like literally step one, step two, step three. It's like you know, um, it's very prescriptive because we cannot rely on the IQ or EQ of anybody. This is like this is like that ratatouille story, right? Anybody can cook. Just follow this recipe and you should be able to cook a decent food. So that's what we have been able to do. So I have to really convert this whole thing that I'm doing into a small 5 minutes or a 3 minutes pitch that can be given it to people, and then they would because this needs to scale. We have like 75 million people in the status. We can't be doing this Mickey Mouse business of 5 people, 50 people, 500 people. This is like we have not even scratched the surface. We need to become the world's largest company, right? This is human labor. This is human intelligence that's available for us, right? It's priceless. All we need to do is to teach them something and connect them with someone, right? How hard it should be, isn't it? Yeah, I think I want all of these people to become entrepreneurs themselves. Just promote themselves and do over a period of time. But yeah, um, we are taking baby steps. We can't run before we walk. So that's the idea, Nerina. I mean, I'm sure your expertise in producing videos and stuff like that could be very useful for us. But first thing first, we will try to tackle your Twitter or your LinkedIn. You can choose one of them. We try to not go all over the place. We try to focus on one and try to make it better and better and better. For the stuff that you are doing, my recommendation is that you go with Twitter because uh, the topic that you're trying to deal with is very broad, and it's a thought leadership topic. It's not a typical corporate business guy topic or a decision maker topic. It's meant for open mind and open thing, and Twitter is the best place to to do that. And I can share a small a method how we do it, and we can get started on it the same. Yeah, so that's one, but we can also explore how we can work together on a larger thing. So Elizabeth is still she's really keen to join us like a proper and then work with us in Germany, and maybe we could also do something from. So one of the things that we are trying to do is like having people like yourself or Elizabeth represent Step Up in their own countries. So for example, my wife is a doctor here at the NHS, and she campaigns for Step Up to all her colleagues in the NHS thing. So every day she sends out around 10 messages to all her colleagues, and so far we've got like so many clients just from those everyday 10 message thing.
No, of course, of course.
And Elizabeth will do the same thing for me in Germany, and possibly at some point in time we use your LinkedIn profile, and we then try to connect with the right set of people who might need these kind of services, because it can never be done by a few of us. I need to make you buy into the idea, and you need to make 100 more people buy into the idea, and they need to make another 100 more, because we are dealing with seriously big numbers. And
no,
the only way we can scale is each of us get excited and inspired by what we do, and then make the other person. It sounds like a multi-level marketing idea, but that's the way to sort of do this, to make it into a huge network of people who are supporting this. And one last thing, Nerina, we really don't want to also do this with some kind of a pity. The people should be able to see, real value being delivered.
I do not see, personally, I do not see as a pity. I see really as a business.
Exactly. It's a professional, it's a very, very professional. In fact, which is why if you go to my website, we don't have the accepting charity business. So we say that we are not a charity, we don't accept charity.
No, this is, as I understood, and also it is also beside the fact, of course, of speaking about you, of course, but I said if we both are interested in working more in depth, also on a business level, if you want, we can really deepen the conversation. And Anis, sorry, because I need to go into another meeting soon. Sure. Sorry, these days are completely crazy. I don't know why. I do not like the people that have a meeting one after another. But tell me, how does it work now
So from now, let's first focus on taking over your Twitter. We will take over your Twitter. Zach will become your Twitter man behind your Twitter. We will first try to understand, and then bring you into the platform. Just do an analysis of, how much time do you have, Nerina? You need to run right now, or how much? Do you have 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or you need to already?
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Okay, 10. Okay. No. Anyway, that's good. So let me just quickly show you my.
Sorry, Anis, for this.
No, it's okay, because it's okay. So this is my thing, right? Just quickly. This is the the step that we use. So first step is we baseline where you stand today.
Yes.
Okay. So we do this step, this one, using a software. And then we determine, who are the influencers for your world, who are the people that you need to be, talking about races and dreams, who are those people? Yes, we also need to connect with, some of those people, in both influencers and who are the people you are talking to. So these are the people who influence, these are the people who you need to listen to you. It's usually, we can't be talking to our own colleagues and our family and our, near and dear ones, So all these steps, they keep expanding your network. Okay, the first 3 steps is almost like laying the foundation of who you are. Then what we do, we start liking the post of your influencers, sharing them, etc. Then we slowly start commenting and including other people. We then start creating your own point of views about what are those things, and we post it. So it's a basic cycle, right? We do approximately around 10. Many people don't want many more than this, but if you want, we can do that also. 10 posts per month, 5 of them created in an original way from your content. You tell us what do you want to do, and we just create the content and post it. And another 5 we try to take it from other big influencers or whoever is talking about the similar ideas. We try to bring it onto your thing. So it's a combination of your original post and other people's post and your videos, and then re-baseline after a month and see, have you moved up a little bit?
Because Anis, we have a lot of videos, also we have a lot of short videos that have not been shared. And what I was thinking, but I'm happy to follow your way to do it. What I was thinking is to share with you the content that I have, so that you can in our case, we do not need to make new videos because we have tons of videos. Tons is too much said, of course, but we have the trailers of all our videos. They are waiting to be posted because I said I do not do it regularly, so I'm really bad in this.
That's really good. That's really good. Then we can take the video. If you have a very sharp point you want to make, you can make it. Or if you leave that to us, we can also make our point. Just make a point, just quick point, post the video. We have to be, see, one thing that I want to do is, we can do it and then we can redo it again. I always like to build the audience first before you, post the video.
Yes, exactly.
But it's okay to post them again after 3 months. It's okay to, because there's a new set of people and Twitter has all algorithms. So we can combine the two ideas.
Great,
Nerina.
great. And how do I communicate with you?
Yes.
Besides emails, of course.
Not with me.
Exactly.
With me and Zach and the other people who are going to be involved in the project. I will create a WhatsApp group.
Great.
And then we can we have a method of communicating, and then you can share your credentials first with us. We will take over your Twitter account, and then we will start posting on your behalf. We will also get you onboarded onto Hootsuite, many things. So we can do that on WhatsApp and continue to keep chatting with us.
Great.
That's what we'll do.
Great.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. And what I'll do, Nerina, let's meet another time, to discuss what we both can do together, at a different level altogether.
No, yes, please, let's do it. So this week is perhaps for you as well. It's pretty busy, but next week is pretty. So I have a lot of time next week, and we can really meet and speak again. And I will. What do you need from me now?
So right now I need two things. One is your Twitter account credentials. Once I create the WhatsApp with Zach, you can share it with him, and usually Twitter will send an authentication request to you.
Yes.
And you need to share that with Zach. After that, your videos, we can start with your videos. Let's look at everything. And also keywords, we need to understand maybe the top 10 keywords for you. Like these are keywords that really matter to me. So we start searching the whole world in terms of what these keywords, who's talking about these keywords, etc., and bring them all, into your thing. So credentials, keywords, content, and onboarding you into Hootsuite.
Credential, keywords,
content, video content.
Yeah, of course. And you have on my email, you find my telephone number so that you can create a WhatsApp. Yeah. And I really look forward to getting to know Zach. Yeah. And I'm really happy to work with him. Really happy.
Absolutely.
And I really look forward to catching up with you again. Yeah. And also, please, share. Send me a message on email. Zach can do it if I do not react, or if you need something else from me. But
no, can we do the same time next week, Tuesday next week, if you
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Same time next week, same time. Okay, cool. I'll just block your calendar next week, same time.
Thank you. And you will share again a Zoom link.
A calendar, Zoom link and the calendar. My calendar did not come to you.
No, this is why I found but I didn't find it. Normally, I find the link, but I couldn't find it. And then I was thinking, perhaps it's my problem.
Okay, let's see. Let me send it again and see, what happens.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much, Anis. It was really a pleasure meeting you. It's so great what you are doing.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.